Hello, meatbags. Welcome back to yet another off-script rant or ramble here. It's about well, we live in a new state of civil decay. More of a political decay, really. It would seem that companies and pretty much everyone around are non-hesitant or have no shame of censoring anymore. It's also relating to what has happened to Alex Jones. It basically has been made into a martyr. He has been crucified in the public, basically has been executed in the public. And people are rejoicing, people are advocating for more censorship like this, not seeing the end result being that pretty much anyone and everyone, including themselves, being censored by this. And they don't see the consequences of the actions. We not have only college professors going to rallies and hitting people of the opposition over the head with bike locks. We have them teaching adolescent adults, basically one of the most gullible people next to children, on how they should think and how should they feel. And they have buried and drilled into their skulls of their own ideology that they can. Some can get out of it. Most just stay within the muck and just be miserable. And it doesn't stop there. We have articles, journalists, news anchors, even high-powered political members of society advocating for harassment, advocating for violence against the opposition. And no one sees the consequences in this. Again, when I put up the previous video before this, is violence begets violence. An eye for an eye makes everyone blind. That fact is true in on its nature. And we can currently see now for almost 8 or maybe even more, no one knows how long this has been going on, years, maybe a decade or two, that people are silently advocating for violence against the opposition. Now, people are not ashamed to even yell it at the top of their lungs on their social media or videos to attack, to harass, to bully, to abuse, and even kill people that don't think like themselves. Alex Jones is just a pebble in the water. He made a little ripple that will turn into a tide. We've seen this happen. PC culture and indeed liberalism has become nothing more than over-the-top control freaks who will do everything in their power to silence their opposition or silence someone they highly disagree with. In any case, if anyone remembers a few years back when Alex Jones met the Young Turks, they didn't, make fun of him on the spot or, have a light banter like, normal people would do. People who don't like each other would start, poking the bear, pushing a few buttons, breaking the ice, see how it all goes, see if we, come together. That's not what they did. They, like children, flip their shit. And it comes to see their true nature when it comes to someone who they highly have a ill feeling towards. Another example of this is we have come to the point where anyone that doesn't agree with this new style of liberalism is considered a Nazi. Not just people on the conservative or Republican side, even old liberals, people who don't really think like these new liberals, who are thinking that these people are spoiled little brats that have gone completely off the deep end. They are now considered Nazis, and they have been advocated to hurt, punch, abuse, and even kill Nazis. A few days ago, during the weekend, someone I subscribe to, and many of you also subscribe to, the Quarterling, or Jeremy, went to Gen Con over the weekend and was, on the first night, was maliciously attacked by one of these new liberals. And cowardly, mind you. Cowardly attacked. 4 eyewitnesses placed the assailant at the scene of the crime, and pretty much almost nothing was done. He was not banned from Gen Con, and later on has been figured out that he had attacked another goer and was not banned for it. The assailant self-admits that he attacked someone else at a previous Gen Con and was not banned. So what happens? We have multiple articles written how Jeremy was maliciously attacked, and the articles are advocating more violence. More people should be punching people like Jeremy, which is highly wrong. You do not attack people based solely on their opposition, based solely on their political affiliation, or what they feel or what they think. However, yes, there are a few exceptions, like pedophiles. They need to be hung. But we're talking about normal people. We're talking about people who think differently on, for instance, gun control. Someone who doesn't want gun control would be considered a Nazi and wants to kill someone with their gun, which is highly wrong. But the left will twist it in the favor of gun control to show that everyone with a gun is a gun-toting nutjob who will kill anyone on sight. Liberalism now is a form of political slandering of the opposite side. There is no more debating with new liberals anymore. They just want to slander, and they want to be right. Hell, they don't even want to be right. They just don't want to be wrong. And that's the whole thing with new liberals. It doesn't matter what they do. They just don't want to be wrong, which shows just how spoiled and how privileged they really are. To me, there's only one solution I could come up with. A solution that maybe a lot of you could agree on. Is that we need to update the Discriminatory Act, as well as other discriminatory laws, into where not only do we not discriminate against race, color, sex, and ethnic background or religious background, is that we also need to do political background. So many people have lost their jobs because they are conservative or Republican. Many people have lost their jobs because liberals have lied and slandered this one person. After the election and Donald Trump won, there was a story that a tech company was asking, well, actually demanding to know who their employees voted for, and if anyone voted for Trump, they were fired. That is discrimination. So the only way we can truly fix this is if we implement a new discriminatory defensive policy with political views. Now, this will also protect people's freedom of speech, because now they can not hide behind the fact like YouTube and Spotify, Apple, and any big tech companies like that cannot censor or ban people for hate speech, since political speech would be protected by this new law. Case in point, take PlagerU. They were heavily censored, but secretly censored, and not like censored like Alex Jones, where he had his videos demonetized, had his videos in podcasts taken off. They were age restricted. To give you a full background about PragerU, is they have people who are Nobel Prize winners, top athletes with personal stories, people from Yale, people from Brown University. And YouTube told them that they weren't right for children. Yet, we have so many shows on YouTube directed towards kids that teaches them the range of all the sexes to sexual consent. And this is targeted to 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds. Kids who have no idea what the hell is going on, and they look towards adults to guide them. That is the part that's sickening. So when liberals want to teach kids, that's fine. But someone who is a little bit conservative or Republican wants to teach children, that needs to be shut down. That can't be shown to children. One of the shows I am talking about is, as you know, Queer Kid Stuff. Who targets little children, toddlers, preschool or kindergarten? And they brought in a drag queen to teach about drag queens. Look, I am all for teaching about trans or people for an understanding. But however, when you tell kids that being a drag queen is cool, being gay is cool, being lesbian is cool, being non-binary, this is manipulating language. These people are manipulating children to think like them. Yet that's okay in YouTube's eyes. We are in a state of political decay. We can't have civil conversations anymore. Yet we should have civil conversations. That's how we get through things. Our forefathers made this country because of civil discussion. If they behaved the way that we did, we would still be drinking teas with crumpet. Everyone has their differences. And if you feel like you should lose a friend because of the way they think, because they don't think like you need to reevaluate your life. You need to reevaluate the way you think, because you shouldn't lose a friend because of their political stand. I don't really have the answers. I'm just giving out suggestions. We should put into place a new discriminatory law to where it protects political beliefs. This way, they can't hide behind censoring people for hate speech or taking away a video or pulling down a podcast, deleting a tweet, or covering up an article because of hate speech. Because hate speech is just another way to manipulate the truth. It's also a way to have a stranglehold on people's speech. What's considered hate speech right now? You can't say retard. You can't say this. You can't say nigger. You can't say spick. You can't say I hate women. You can't say bitch. You can't say bossy. This is just small terms, just small ways to control people. If you control speech, you control the people. And that's not going to go down at all. You can't control people on how they talk. It just leads to anarchy. So people fight back. People like me who want their voices heard. So they make videos, they tweet, they post a blog, they send out an article. They go so far as to troll entire school campuses and the left, basically, to show just how fragile and hypocritical with it's okay to be white. That was a troll to show everyone in the world just how fucking crazy these people can really get. So Alex Jones was censored off the face of the earth from YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. You really think that this is going to stop us or stop him? He went to another video website, and with him, again, thousands of his followers and listeners. You have just made a new competitor for yourself, YouTube. So congratulations. Minds.com is also the other competitor. You are so okay with censoring people. You don't see that you are creating your own competition. So what I'm telling you, me begging this whole little rambling little bitch fest I'm having right now, is don't let them control you. Don't let them control your speech. Say what you want. As Americans, you have every right to say whatever the hell you want to say. But there are consequences to what you say. If you say something or do something horrible, be prepared to receive your punishment. That is all. That's how a civilization functions. But that's not how they want. Like I said, they want control. PC culture, political correctness, social justice, the liberal arts, feminism, Islam. This is all about control. If you have control over the speech and what can be sent out, you have control over the people. And that's not going to happen. I'm Autonomous Prime, and I will see you meatbags in the next video.